a lifestyle to live out there. So, aside from the racing knowledge that you gained, introspectively, what did you learn about yourself through this training, through this racing, and through this living that maybe you didn't know about yourself until you completed this racing stint?
I think I actually believe it when people say it's hard to be on the road for a long time. I've been told that a lot, and I just never quite really believed it or agreed with it. And after a while, like traveling and being somewhere else that's not your own house really does end up wearing on you. And coming to grips with that, it's kind of difficult when you realize it. Like, it's stressful. It takes away energy. It takes away energy you have in a race. And being able to deal with that effectively and be in a solid, stable place during a time like that, I think is essential to having a good trip. And I think you almost have to do a trip like this once just to get an idea of how you're going to respond. And I mean, definitely, I think that's what this trip ended up being. I mean, personally, I realized that racing out there it's hard. Obviously, there's no question about that. But like just being in the field is aggressive. I mean, in the Redlands crit, I was fighting people for like 130th wheel. You know, it's just some of the stuff is just mind blowing that it could be like that, and just being able to deal with that and like not get frustrated. Because obviously I got frustrated and I rode last wheel the rest of the crit when I had good legs and I could definitely have raced. I couldn't deal with the fact that people were fighting me for lesser wheels. So I mean, overall, it was just. I mean, mentally, really, by the end of it, I had cracked. By the time I got to Sea Otter, I wasn't the same rider as I was when we did our first race in wherever that was, Ontario or something, like when I was just super aggressive and super motivated. By the end, I was just trying to get home and be done. And
so you have your captains on this team. I guess you had Daniel Ramsey and Adam Ryerson out there with you. And oftentimes these guys that have been doing the pro circuit for a number of years, it becomes second nature to them to know what to do and when to do it. And they can pass on certain things to you as a neo-pro or to neo-pros in general, but sometimes it's hard for them to relate to a younger rider because they've been doing it so long. But as you as a neo-pro, as somebody that just completed the California swing for the first time, the experience is fresh in your mind. So if you were speaking with somebody that was going to go do the California trip next year and it was their first time, what advice would you give them?
I would say make sure you get a very good winter. I remember Adam mentioning how important it was to get as much training in as possible before going out there, because after that, like, it kind of stops. And I totally agree with that. I mean, the better you can be in terms of fitness going out there, it makes a world of a difference. So, I mean, I think physically, I think that would be a huge, important part. And then going out there with your head on right. I mean, if you go out there with any kind of something nagging at you, it's just going to exacerbate and just multiply the 100,000-fold over the course of that time. So I think being in the right spot mentally even before you get there is a big deal. Having a good place to stay for that, I think, is essential. Like, just being able to like have a home base that you can go to, be comfortable, have everything you need. It's just essential, so that, I mean, it's hard enough being out there as it is, and then just having a place to go where you can actually just kind of unwind and be cool is super, super vital. And then I think just being with the right group of people makes a big difference too, because usually you're going to go out there with a team, and I think having that right blend is big. And having some people that can direct you too is nice, you know. We had Daniel, we had Adam, and obviously I didn't know anything, and if somebody's going out there for the first time, I would hope that they would have somebody to help them out too, you know. So it's definitely helpful to be able to thrive off of your teammates' energy too, because sometimes I don't have it or they don't have it. So, yeah.
So what's next for you? What races do you have? What training are you going to do? What's your expectations for the next, 1 to 2 to 3 months of the race season?
At the moment, I'm actually pretty much up in the air. I'm going to go to Colorado, and I'm just going to train for a little while with my families. Kind of had a family issue come up, and I want to go home and be a part of that. So I'm gonna do a lot of training. I'm actually not gonna do Philly now because the bottom kind of fell out after California for me, and I need to just get back to some basics and just ride my bike and have fun and just get back to why I like to be on a bike. You know, that's just riding and training, and seeing cool things, and getting tired and going back day after day to get stronger and fitter. So I plan on coming back at the second week of June. Either it'll be Nature Valley or I'll be doing some regional stuff here in the southeast. And after that, hopefully I'll plan on getting back in the swing of things. But for the next 3 weeks, it's just going to be back to basics and just a quiet, regimented training. And that's what I love to do. That's what I thrive on. That's how I get fit quickly.
So are you excited for the second part of the season? The California trip didn't dampen the spirits?
Nah, I mean, I still like to ride my bike. I mean, for me, I think it's a crucial thing, and being able to go home to Colorado, I think that's going to be a good thing. Because, I mean, it's like I've said before, training and getting fit is why I like to ride my bike. You know, racing isn't why I train. I train because I love to train, and so I think getting back to do this is really going to do good for my head, because it's what I love to do. And so when I'm happy and I'm in a good place mentally, then I race well. And if I race well, then everybody's happy. I'm happy. The team's happy.
Well, that sounds good, man. Well, good luck the rest of this year, and we'll be in touch with you. We'll be keeping tabs on you.
Thank you.